What's up, everybody? Back here for episode 64 of the Pitside podcast. We got a great episode for you tonight. We're going to sit down with King of the Wing, Blake Chapman, and we're going to start talking about next season. So you're not going to want to miss this. We'll get started here in just a minute.
Welcome to the Pitside podcast, where we discuss the latest news and developments in the Coast2Coast Racing League, as well as other racing news inside and out of iRacing. Here's your hosts, the A-Let Outlaw, Preston Cranmer, and Roger, the Bassman, Craig.
So we're back. Again, it's going to be a great episode here. Lots to talk about in really a short amount of time. So I think we're coming off, I think we probably say this, but this was one of my favorite charity events. Again, no doubt some of it due to the pole shuffle. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah. Well, you driving that crazy truck, that was part of it. But it was. You know what? I think the big part was it's always great working with Steve King Foundation.
Yes,
because they are engaged. They're not just standing back waiting for the money or whatever. They get engaged, and they seem to get excited as we do about it. So that is very, very encouraging, and I'm just glad we did so well. It's the old. Panic mode. Sunday I think we only had 35 drivers signed up, and by the end we had actually got the list here. I think there was 55 or something like that.
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that. Where total registrations were
55. We had guys signing up 1 hour before the last chance qualifier. We had two guys sign up just before that. One was Clevenger, who transferred
and ran well.
Yeah, and Keith Jackson, who was doing well. Keith Jackson was always a flyer. So, but I think he ran into some issues. But no, it was great to see. I have to admit, I was a little frustrated after last night. It was a great event, but we ran into a bunch of technical issues last night. That iRacing wouldn't let guys into the final, and we were delaying for that. And then on the broadcast side, I think they were having SDK problems. Like Andy Piercefield, who's Eastbeat TV, was broadcasting a PLMDS opening race. He had SDK issues, so it was like something on their end. So there's multiple problems. Kudos to the broadcast team. They had to fill an hour between those two races, and I think they did an admirable job. One big key, I think, is John Hine in there with his detailed knowledge of the league and drivers. It just really it helps those guys, but it helps the broadcast as well. And big tip of the hat to John. But those guys put out just a super quality broadcast, and it was unfortunate. We had 13 cautions in the final. We probably should talk about that. It was just to ask the drivers. These are on iRacing, and we need to put on a better show. So there's lots of reasons, for that. It was a championship, and everybody's in a fixed car. So. But still, we got to put on a better show because the broadcast is first rate, and and getting on iRacing is a real bonus for the league. So, but yeah, it was. But overall, I mean, just a great event. We've raised. I'll probably have the number by the time this is broadcast, but I know we're over 1,500. I think we'll probably get over $1,600. That's just awesome, and. Kudos to everybody that stepped up. Andy Piercefield, missed the Generosity Award winner.
I know. I saw him make the bid, and I'm thinking, man, you got to let somebody else win the award this year.
Yeah, I know. So, but then we just put another one up for auction, and you were the generous guy that won the bid and gave it to and Joe Canellis, Smoking Joe Canellis. Here's the funny story. We were racing today, the retreads. We were racing Delaras at Indy, which is very cool. But Steve Bixler was going to put a bid in. And then when he saw you put your bid in and heard the story, he backed off because he was going to win the bid and give it to Joe Canellis.
That's hilarious.
So here's the other issue. Joe might kill me for this, but I let Joe know because there was going to be a surprise, right? Birthday surprise. I say to Joe, you got in. He said, well, I'm not ready. I said, no, you got to go. You got to go. He said, give it to somebody else. I said, there's nobody else. It's pre-gridded. You're in. He said, I just got out of the shower. So I think he raced. He might have raced in the nude. I'm not sure. That's disgusting even to think
Oh
about.
man.
But he did whatever. I don't think he had many clothes on while he was racing, and he didn't last too long. But that would explain.
It got cold, man.
He had equipment problems that it might have not been the car. So
That's funny.
Anyways.
He came in and thanked me a couple of times. He didn't mention that part.
Anyways, it was but it was just a great event, and the community came together again. And I just can't say enough about our league and the guys that are in it. And a tip of the hat, to Venom Racing. I mean, there's all the other people that donate all the time, but these are new kids on the block. Venom Racing and Black Bullet Racing, the new BBR. Really stepped up, and their guys, the wrap guys on those teams donated wraps, and they donated significant money to sponsor, and then still paid to get in. So I just want to say a big thanks to those guys as well as everybody. I mean, there's all the sponsorships we had. We raised $1,000 just on that side. We had very few expenses, so just a great event. And I think we were well over $800, almost $900, I think, on the driver's side. So it was great. So if I could just take a minute, I wanted to the top 10. Blake Chapman, who we'll be talking to later, King of the Wings. He finished first. Kyle Moonen finished second. Randy Shreves in third. Patrick Spangler fourth. Patrick Spangler, he won the veterans race and came in on a provisional. So he came from like P25 or 26 or something and finished fourth.
Fourth, yeah.
So he'll probably be driver of the week, I would think.
I can't imagine he wouldn't.
No. And Brandon Templeton, Donovan Devo ran a great race, and
he even survived a pretty good smack I gave him towards the end.
Yeah. Did you go on an apology tour for that? Or,
I did. I had to go apologize to Connor, which Connor deserves a lot of credit too. I tried to pass him on the inside pretty early in the race, but it started slicking off, and I hadn't been down there. And I hit that slick and went right up into him, and I felt terrible, and I could tell he was mad. He pulled up beside me a couple of times, and I knew he was mad, and I felt terrible. I was actually going to give him the position, but he passed me before I could. But he did. He worked. He went all the way to the back of the pack, and it was early in the race when everybody was still in, and worked his way all the way back up too.
Yeah, he was back in the running there. Taylor Wineland, Jack Clevenger, who came in an hour before the last chance qualifier. Jeff Kemper and Dan McLaren. So congratulations to those guys. It was it was a great finish, that's for sure. It was an awesome finish. That where Blake came from nowhere, really. Yeah. And that was excellent. And then we had our door prize draw, and we've got some great. I don't know if the folks that have seen the Andy Patton. I mean, it was an awesome job by Velocity. It was really like Andy won and Velocity won, but. Doyle Lawrence did the graphic for it. It's going to be on a T-shirt, and just great work. But he's got a couple of door prizes in there of hero cards, and I was looking at his site today, and there's some awesome looking stuff. So
Terry had one done a couple of weeks ago, or maybe about a month ago at this point, and it was awesome.
That's what put me on, and he does Steve Letart's NASCAR cars, so I think in iRacing. So
I did not know that. That's
cool. Not too shabby. But so anyways, so the winners, we had the draw today, and the cool thing was, and there's a link to go to see, make sure it was all done in the up and up through random.org, and a bunch of familiar names, which is cool. So Joe Backus, Joe Canellis, Jeff Barker, Kyle Parker, Brendan Lacey, Andy Patton, Mike Cranmer, Nathan Aldrich, Donovan Ross, Brandon Schultz, Bradley Wright, Connor Ross, and Steve Bixler. So it was congratulations to all those guys. There's some great door prizes. All the wrap companies donated, and ABR Setup Shop made another gift certificate donation, and we had the $25 gift certificates. So it's all good there. Are you gonna stay awake for this whole?
I'm
show or
good,
what?
man. It's been a long week, so I'll tell you,
Oh.
we had the award show last week, which we mentioned a couple of times.
Yes,
and
yes.
that was grueling. If you watched the podcast last week, you might have noticed the editing was a little less impressive than normal, and I was working on a lot less sleep, and then. I went to sit out Monday. I was not planning to run the charity event, just trying to keep myself out of trouble for the rest of the season, because I actually had something to run for this season, and then couldn't take it. Spotted for Terry and Joe and Shorty on Monday, and I couldn't handle it. I actually went and just ran an official afterwards because I hadn't been able to race, and it was driving me nuts. And we actually won that one too, so I was feeling pretty good at that point. Decided I was going to come out Tuesday, and so ran Tuesday and ended up qualifying in the third qualifier. And so then it's just been a lot going on, and it's been a lot of racing, so a little less sleep than normal, but we're good. I'm here.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think I shouldn't even be telling, but I think it was almost 11 o'clock before I woke up this morning, because I just, the last week before a charity race, it's just like extended hours. So you and I haven't seen much of each other, but we've both been doing our thing. So anyways, they're behind us, and now the new season is coming. Like we are, it's time to take one hat off and put another hat on. We've got to finish this season, championship week, but we're heavy into new season. We got some real cool things coming in the new season too.
Yeah, and to mention one of those things, we just released one actually this evening. We're recording this on Wednesday. Yeah, we'll mention that too. But there's a highlight video out there for the King of the Wing feature. So we're going to attempt to do those with some regularity. We're going to shoot for one a week. That probably, at least early on, probably won't always happen. But those will be out there, so we'll make sure you guys have highlight videos. Those are easy to share out on your page if you want to. So go check out the King of the Wing one and tell me what you think. And if you have any suggestions, let me know. That's the first one I've done. I've made some transitions and stuff, learned how to do that, so we'll get better every time.
No, I'm excited because I saw part of that. You released it just before we started this podcast, so I've seen the first half. I'm anxious to watch the second half. And
I tell you what, I'll tack the video of the highlight on the end of this too. So if you want to watch it at the end of the podcast instead of going and finding the link, you just need to watch the whole podcast.
Yeah,
that's the catch. But it'll be somewhere towards the end, not right at the end. But
we want to stick around anyways. We got the champ coming on too. So hey, so it came. I've been meaning to order this for so long. Is that wicked cool or what? So folks, that's available in the speed shop. I ordered two, one for me and one for the G-Man, and I have it with pride, and this is my official mug for the show now.
Yeah, and I do handle all those things, so I will tell you if there's a certain, you want a hoodie or something and it's not in our store already, let me know. We can get those together fairly quickly. We'll have some t-shirts coming soon for people to purchase.
Yep.
If you want to buy Andy Patton's Rap of the Year t-shirt, we'll make that one available. But yeah, if there's something you're looking for specifically, I mean, just spitballing, like if you wanted a phone case, I don't know. Those kind of things we can get imprinted and have them shipped directly to you. So if there's something everybody's kind of looking for, again, let us know.
Hey, what about if the winners of this is a suggestion, but I think you could probably do it. Whoever wins those Doyle Lawrence, the Raven Graphics hero cards, they could get that put on a T-shirt through you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That would be pretty cool.
Yep, we can do all kinds of stuff like that.
I'm thinking about maybe seriously. I've been thinking about hiring Doyle. I know he's got a lot going on, but getting one made for me. I want to get a poster here for my room. Then that would look wicked on a T-shirt.
He's working on one for me now too, actually.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So lots of secrets out here. Yeah, it's been a great week, and we got lots of good stuff coming. And the speed shop, I think Preston is going to be working more on special assignments going forward, and so we just have to prioritize what those are. But I know the speed shop, we want to get I want to get an official league T-shirt for sure.
Yeah,
we're looking at embroidered hats and embroidered shirts. I'll be getting those for the podcast, if nothing else. And we got a couple other really cool ideas coming out. Can we talk about that, the podcast thing, or should we just?
No, go for it. It doesn't matter to me.
So So what we're thinking I don't know how many Americans are familiar with this, but I know you were. Any hockey fan, like on Hockey Night in Canada, a big deal for them was if they got interviewed during the no matter who. I mean, all the hockey players know how big a deal it is to get on Hockey Night in Canada, and they always give them a towel with the Hockey Night in Canada logo. So we're not doing that, but we are going to come out with Pitside podcast stickers. So anybody coming on the show, and I think we'll backdate it to the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
We'll be shipping out a Pitside podcast sticker to all our guests. So a little thank you for coming on the show. So, anyways, that's coming.
I like the towel idea. We can get those too.
Well, yeah, but can we afford it? So, and we should talk about this right now, because we had this discussion, you, me, and Bill Calder today. We're not going to. We're talking about the driver's fund. It's not covering everything, and we're going to be short this year, but we'll shore that up. So we're not going to raise it. We're not going to raise the funds, even though it's short. We'll try to find the gap somewhere else. But what was it? Oh yeah, so we can't afford towels. That's where I was going with. We can't afford towels. So, but it was, of course, that wouldn't be a driver's thing. That's a Pitside podcast thing. But you and I can't afford it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You got a go-kart.
This is the special announcement. We need a title sponsor for the Pitside podcast.
There you go. Yeah. Anybody wants to be title sponsor for the Pitside podcast, that would pay for the stickers and or towels. If they want to put the bill for a towel. How much do towels cost?
I have no idea. I need to look into that.
Okay, so yeah, we're
well prepared tonight for this podcast.
But we are looking. We are looking next season. We're going to do a lot of improvements to the Pitside podcast, and we are looking for some backing on this. But we don't want to take away from the league sponsorship either, because we need all the money we can get for that, for covering all our expenses. So, anyways, just so you guys know. That money, the sponsorship money, and we're up to 150 members now. I don't know if you knew that or not, but so we were at 150. We announced that we were going to do the driver fees, and it dropped to about 100, and we're back to 150. So I think people are seeing the benefits of it. The stickers, the mugs, and all that stuff, and the trophies. And I just saw I'm going to post it, but there's a picture that Andy sent me, kind of an in progress. He's got all the sprint car trophies done. This is for last season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super impressive. I'm going to post a picture mainly because you get an idea of how much work is involved in what he does. And, he does this for just cost. I mean, so tip of the hat to Andy. He's done this year after year after year. And we may have to cut back a bit going, we have so many divisions now. We may just have to stick to the main divisions, but we'll figure that out. But it's just, we don't want to overwhelm the guy. It's just so much work to do, and he's able to get them all because his equipment's working good right now. But he struggled in the summer because he had lots of equipment problems. But no, Andy's been just a great resource for the whole league, that's for sure. And I'm going to make another announcement tonight too. I think I've touched on it, but next season, Tuesday nights will be Veterans Night. And we will be running the first race at 7:00 will be 305s for veterans only. Now, we had the veterans only race the other night. I think we only had 6 drivers. That's fine. It was just who could make it out. Some guys, Lance Ripka is serving right now, so he couldn't be there. But I think this is a way we can build that division. The whole night will be to promote all the different organizations that support the veterans. So Joe Halter is heavily involved in all of this, and can't say enough about what Joe does for the league. But it'll be a three division night. So we will be adding a couple of races after that everybody can race in. So next season there will be a veterans night on Tuesday night. So thank you, veterans. But again, there's going to be a couple extra races for everybody next season. So that there's another reason why we can't keep pounding Andy with the trophies.
Yeah, and you know what? You just mentioned Joe Halter, and we probably need to rewind a little bit because the broadcast teams are probably the ones we forgot to give credit to when we were talking about the event a little while ago. Those guys did an excellent job. Joe Halter stepped up and did Monday for us because Marty was unable to make it. I think.
No, Andy stepped up for Monday. Yeah. And that was
and Joe did Tuesday. Sorry, I just misspoke. But but he stepped up and did Monday for us. Joe did Tuesday, and then we obviously had our VGN guys got us on iRacing Wednesday. It was spectacular all the way across the event, and you can't say enough about Andy and Joe both, who are new to this, and have really in the last, I would say, week or two, have really stepped up their game.
So there was a Joe's had a couple of issues. I mean, both of these guys, both Joe and Andy, started like ground zero, and where they've started from and where they've come to so far. But both of them, I know, when they're not happy with the broadcast, the pocketbook's open, and Joe's we mentioned to Joe that and he's aware of it, but the screen was a little bit stretched. If you look, maybe you didn't notice, but the cars are a little bit taller than they should be, just because, stuff like that's driving them nuts, and I knew this would get fixed. He sent me a picture today. He has two computers. He's ordered new video. He's got a 3090 coming. He's getting a 3090 replaced that he had a problem with, but then he's upgrading the car to the other one. He's upgrading. I don't know. He's upgrading all sorts of stuff. He showed me pictures. There was parts everywhere. These guys. Well, we know VGN. They're taking it serious, but these guys take it super serious, and they will not be happy until they have it perfected. So. And they've been just so good to the league. It's just and I love Andy and John Hine. They say it's kind of like a couple of guys sitting on the bleachers. And the other night I was watching it, and all of a sudden Andy just sets up John. John's sitting there, and all of a sudden Andy says, I got a fuse here. I got to go down change down in the control room. And he's gone, and he leaves John to announce the race on his own, which John isn't that comfortable doing. But I'm thinking, I said to Andy later, was the fuse box located in the bathroom? Because it's just like an urgent.
I think the only thing missing from their broadcast is every now and then you should hear a pop top.
Oh yes. So the week before, there was a technical problem. Oh, I had to put up another session, or somebody, Jeff Barker had to put up another session. Somebody did. I can't remember what the exact thing was. All of a sudden, those guys started talking about, there's the roads are plugged. The haulers are having trouble getting into pits. They're backed up to I-75, and I'm just killing myself. But they just give it that whole realistic sort of thing, and it's just two guys watching a race from the bleachers, kind of. All of our broadcasters, like Marty has his unique style.
Yep.
Joe's got a great style, like where it's from an admin perspective.
His play-by-play is getting really good, though.
His play-by-play is really good, and then the guys on Wednesday, and then Andy and them on Thursday. We're really, really fortunate. We are in such a good place. So I just want to give them all a shout out, because they all stepped their game up, and it's all the gears are going, and all the pistons are firing right now this season. So it's been good. Yeah,
for sure. Well, I tell you what, let's go over. Let's go
talk to the champ. Let's go talk to the champ.
Yep, he's earned his time in the spotlight, so we'll give him a few minutes here, and then, like I said, stick around afterwards. If you want to see the highlight video, you can either watch at the end. Roger's got his patented one more thing, so go ahead.
It'll be done. It'll be done by the time. I got to tell you, I joined the town of Clarence has this Facebook page. It's the residents of Clarence or whatever. So I applied and I got in. It's kind of an honorary person or something. I don't know. It's so cool. It is so cool.
The mayor.
I know the mayor, but I'm in love with the town. I mean, the people in the town. This thing is so interactive. But we posted before when Blake had won some sort of a championship or something, and it was like a quarter of the population responded in there. So I'm going to be tonight before I go to bed, I will be putting a post in the residents of Clarence about Blake winning the King of the Wing, and there'll be another presentation downtown, I'm sure, and maybe another parade. We're not sure what Mauer's good for. He had Bixler in the parade there. So, anyways, but yeah, the response of the Clarence, I want to go to Clarence so bad. It's just that I would love to live there. It's just, anyways.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the Knoxville Nationals this year, so maybe I'll find an occasion to swing through Clarence.
Absolutely. Oh, if I go, I've got to go through Clarence. It's on my bucket list for sure. So,
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, let's go talk to the champ from Clarence, Iowa.
Yep. We'll talk to Blake now, and we'll see you back here next week for episode 65. Thanks, guys.
Drive safe, everybody. And we are here with the 2022 King of the Wings, the King himself, Blake Chapman. How you doing, buddy? Congratulations.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm still excited from last night, seriously. So the race happened last night from when we recorded. Did you sleep last night, Blake? I mean, that was a pretty big win.
I actually slept pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, probably better than Moonin and a few of the other guys slept last night.
Myself.
Yeah. So that was a great win, man. Did you steal that? Like I went back and watched the race 10 laps to go. I think even down to about 5 or 6 laps ago. You're still like back in. Were we third or fourth? I think it.
Yeah.
10 ago you were in fourth, and nothing had much happened. And I was thinking to myself at that point in the race, it's kind of a little bit boring here. It's just been Shreves and Moonin at the front. Nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, here comes Chapman out of nowhere, man. That was awesome, buddy.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm sure it was pretty boring to watch there for a while, caution after caution. And I was just kind of sitting there in fourth, and I got a run there on the bottom. And I remember I was going in. I was on the restart. I was in fourth, and then coming out of 2, I was in second. So I got quite the run on the bottom there, and I was able to kind of run away with it from there.
So,
Yeah.
well, I was going to say, before we get into all the details of last night, talk about a little bit about how the week went overall, because it wasn't all as good as last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was not. I did not have very good luck. Up until last night, yeah, it was not very fun for me this week. I was leading the qualifier. We got together with a lap car with about 5 to go. I mean, I had that in the bag too. It was pretty disappointing. And then in the third qualifier there, I got run over in the heat race. Although I did finally get in to the big show, so that's all that really mattered, I guess. And then the luck turned around there last night.
Yeah,
thankfully.
Where did you start last night?
I think I was supposed to start 15th or 14th, right in front of you, Preston, I believe.
You were right behind me. Let's make sure. Oh no, you were right in front of me. It's Terry that was right behind me. That's all right. At least I got to take a shot at somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you made up a lot of spots. Not to not mention Patrick Spengler, who tore through the field, and he was coming too. A few more laps. I think I don't know that he had enough to pass you, but he was probably looking at P2 because he was really moving.
Yeah, he told me after the race he had 14x, so he's being a little bit conservative there at the end.
He only had one. Yeah, it was 15x. It was because of 50 laps. Luckily, I upped it to 15, and I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Did you? I know I saw a couple, or at least one kind of major incident, I guess. Did you end up with a high incident count?
I think I had 4x at the end.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not much.
No, not for a 13 caution race. But and those cautions at the end though came back to almost bite you, because you once you got in the lead, you were walking away with it, and then out comes the caution, and everybody catches you. And that had to be a little bit shaking you up a bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit, especially that first one after I got the lead, and I thought the top was a little bit faster in 3 and 4 yet. But I was able to get a huge gap until the last caution came out, which I felt a little bit more comfortable under that last green-white checkered there, because I knew I got such a gap the last time that I should be able to pull away again, and I ended up doing that, luckily. So.
Yeah, no, that was and here's the thing that nobody knows is that day it was a matinee race. It was we had changed it to Charlotte, I think. Yeah, so it wasn't Knoxville. We had changed it to Charlotte because all the boys were still trying to get in, and Blake joined us. Blake came in with all the old guys, and we gave him a pile of tips, man. And we know that is what just he listened to what we said, and he just took off. It was awesome. It was awesome to see him execute the plan that we suggested.
Yeah.
So no, it was a great race, and I can't wait to see. I'm really excited. It's just kind of like Andy Patton's his rap and the job that Doyle Lawrence did on his car. I can't wait to see what Lance Ripka is going to do for this trophy for you. And those things look killer. So maybe we'll get another presentation down at Town Hall by the mayor.
maybe we will. We'll have to see.
Yeah. So the best advice I gave him yesterday was, as I don't know how many people know, but Blake's family has a funeral business, and I said, don't drive it like a hearse. I said, you gotta really let it go. So I think that was the key advice.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. There was clearly a big difference in his driving last night after that and prior, right? Because he wasn't winning many races before.
He's got that big fan there again. Hey, so the other thing too, we should mention this because you ran into a lap car the other night, and we know I know John Rayner watches a lot of these, and he has felt like a piece of crap all week long. So I told him that you didn't hold any ill will towards him, and life moves on. So
you're looking for a statement of forgiveness.
Blake already told. Blake had already said that, so it's all good. But I know he was hanging his head pretty low and pulled off the track after that, and so it was. It's all behind us all now. So
anyway. He doesn't have to feel bad at all now, especially.
So that's not the only big development you've had in your life recently. You've joined a new team. I hear there's some great teammates on that team. Tell us about it.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, we're all, kind of stuck up, No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm really happy where I'm at the Pride Sim Racing. I think I fit in really well down there with Terry and, of course, Preston, Joe Backus, John Short. A great group of guys that I really enjoyed running with so far. It's been a great time.
Yeah, and have you got any popcorn delivered to your house yet?
Joe actually just asked me for my address today so he could send some.
Well, you did a great promo for them last night in the winner's circle. That was cool.
Yeah, Terry mentioned that in our group chat this morning and said, "Oh yeah, Blake, you nailed the cart mention." And I kind of got the feeling that Terry was mentioning that not as much to tell Blake he did a good job, which you did. Yep. But I think it was more so Joe would see it and just be like, "Hey, yeah, you need to get the guys some popcorn." So that's the deal on our team. If anybody's not aware, but we do when we get podium positions and mention. Well, I guess we have to win now because of Blake and Shorty. But if you mention it and mention the code, we're supposed to get a free bag. So hopefully I can drag myself up there at some point. But I had to follow Blake.
So. Tell me, just looking at the Renegades, do you have a? I'm just going to look here. Do you have a chance? You've got basketball going on or something, right?
Yeah, I've missed a couple of races. I think one week I was in Miami, and then I've had basketball the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, I think I missed a couple of races in there.
How was Miami, man?
Oh, Miami! When I went down there, it was pretty warm compared to when it was -10 up here in Clarence, Iowa. Then I go down to Miami, it's 80 degrees. It's a pretty nice difference.
But I'm a little bit upset you didn't take your wheel and pedals down. Then
I know. Shut up.
No, now that he's on our team, the requirements are a lot more strict.
So another thing we didn't talk about last time you were on was your dad. Your dad, did he race?
Yeah.
Did he crew? Okay, tell us a little bit about your dad and the background there.
He raced modifieds for a very long time. I don't know exactly how many years, but it was a very long time. And he won quite a few races, and Steve Bixler actually helped him out. He's part of his pit crew. So that's where that connection kind of started.
Gotcha.
And I know I run that skull and cross pistons on the front of my sprint car. I know that Preston put it on there on the wrap. My dad had that on the front of his car.
Oh, that's wicked.
I was wondering. Yeah. I never did have a chance to ask you what that was or where it came from. That's cool.
Yeah. So he also got the nickname the Flying Embalmer, since what he does for a living.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, he won quite a few races. So one of my goals is definitely to win more than he has.
So, do you plan on getting out in the real world racing?
I'd like to.
Yeah.
You know,
Did he
I
win
think
any championships?
he did. Yes. I'm not sure how many, but there's quite a few. He's got quite a few trophies hanging around.
What tracks would that be at that he won those?
All over here in eastern Iowa. You know, over at Tipton, West Liberty, all sorts of tracks.
And there was a connection with him and a big driver. I can't remember the name now. Steve Bixler is telling me about a buddy of his, or I'm trying to remember the name. It's a big racing name from a few years ago.
Mm.
I'll have to in the next session check with Steve and say who was that. I can't remember all that stuff, but yeah, we'll have to next time we get John after another major victory. Maybe you'll start the run now. You know, we were ready to call it the Kyle Moonen charity event, but you busted that up last night.
Yeah. You know, I just want to point out that I've had these last couple of races that I've come alive on this streak here. I've had a spotter by the name of Mike Cranmer. The first race he spotted for me, I was in the 305s. That was Hometown Heroes, and I went from 11th to 1st. And then he also hopped in and spotted for me for the last couple of laps after Preston left. He was spotting for Preston for the charity race. Then as Preston got out, he spotted for me for the last couple of laps, and 11th to 1st in that one too. So you might be the good luck charm for me.
Yeah. Evidently, you listen to him more than Preston does. I mean, you know.
Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Blake just tunes him out.
Well, no, you know what? I've said it in the sessions, and I think we were discussing it that afternoon. Your dad, Mike, is the best spotter I've ever had. He is excellent.
He's quick and concise. I think that's key, and it's something I struggle with because, I mean, we're doing a podcast. Obviously, I'm a little chatty, and I tend to give too much information. He's good at giving you the information you need right then, nothing else.
No, exactly, and it's spot on. So he might be one of the back of the pack mafia boys, but he can sure spot like a champion.
I say you put him in the racing school and let him teach other guys how to spot rather than.
There you go.
Seriously,
that's a great idea.
Guys might benefit from that. I don't know if he'd be able to do it, but.
So I guess one as we're wrapping up here, one last question that does now your greatest iRacing memory, which I've asked you before, but like where does this stand in your really long career?
It's got to stand right up there. It might be number one. It was pretty cool. I didn't really think I had a shot at winning this, especially after the way my week has gone. Pretty bad luck, and then come out here and steal it at the end there. It's pretty cool, and can't wait to get that trophy out here too.
Yeah, and I think that move from 4th to 2nd was definitely the highlight of the race. Like that was the game changer, right? Like that was pretty awesome. Even if you'd started 5th, that was still pretty wild.
So Preston, there you go. I think that's a new award for the next year's award show, the Move of the Year, and that's got to be right up there.
That means somebody's got to keep track of all those throughout the season.
Well, we'll do our best.
Yeah, gotcha.
We'll do our best, but no, it was a great race, and you really made it. Those last few laps were just amazing, just coming out of nowhere. So congratulations, buddy, and welcome to Can-Am Racing Team, and of course the Kreitz division that you're in the top notch, and make sure you push Shorty now. Shorty's up there, so it's going to be good for Shorty to have you nipping at his heels. Yeah,
he's got a big head leading points all these weeks. So you gotta scare him a little bit at least.
And hey, we can't go without saying congratulations too on winning the Dylan Westbrook.
Yeah, you're on a streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, buddy, it's great having you on, and congratulations. It was a great event, and it was really great to see you. You represent the league well in everything you do, and appreciate you taking the time to come on.
Yeah, no problem, guys. It was a great event. I'm glad everybody donated and came out, raised a lot of money for a good cause. So thanks to all the drivers, of course, and thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
Our pleasure, man. Take care. So, anyways, great event, and season's coming. What else we got to talk about here? We made a list. Is there... What else is on that list?
I think we covered it.
Really?
Yep.
Boy, we're early.
On it. There are 2 reminders on 2 lists. On your family list.
Sorry, that was Siri.
We'll put that in the outtakes.
Yeah, we'll put that in the outtakes. Anyways, so